Alright. Everything is working again, I hope. I did a mic check earlier. It should be fine. And if it's not, oh well. Well then, ready to go? Just as I take a step forward. Wait a minute! What's wrong, Izumi-san? Sorry, I forgot to tell you something. We have a bike by the side of the shop. Please take it. A bike? Well, even though it's not far on foot, you still have a lot to bring back, right? True. Carrying 22 pounds of rice while walking does sound like a bit of a pain. There we go. That fixes it. The key's attached to it. Well then, you two take care. Will do. Oh, can I ask you to do one more thing? Could you also buy some saffron? If you can't find any, that's fine. What's saffron? Put it on paella to make it look and smell nice. I'm surprised that Yuka of all people would know that. Okay, got it. Thank you so much. Somehow, Izumi-san seems to be the type of person that can be a little forgetful. That's what I think. Ah, there's just one more thing. One more thing. Yeah. The eastern skies are completely engulfed in twilight. Though my cheeks are being chapped by the cold wind, I don't feel very cold since I'm pedaling. I take in the fresh evening air as I pedal leisurely. Hey! Yuka's voice pipes up from behind me. How did you really know? Huh? Know what? Jeez, don't play dumb. Yuka is riding on the bike's luggage carrier, her legs dangling from the side of the bike. Instead of clinging to my back like I expected, she instead held onto the edges of the luggage carrier. Who am I kidding? Only girls in fiction do something like that. Right? The rice. How do you know about it? Don't know. You're really playing dumb again. No, I seriously don't know. I'm wondering myself. Do you have a sixth sense? Huh? Could it be that you actually have X-ray vision? X-ray vision, huh? Feels completely different from that. If I did have X-ray vision, then there would have been no need to look inside the rice bin. Besides, I can think of much more interesting things to see through. Such as... Should not have opened your mouth, Makoto. Yuka slaps the back of my head in jest. This is sort of playing out like a scene in a slapstick comedy. Well then, how about this? Maybe you knew beforehand that Izumi-san would panic later when she realized there was no rice left. In other words, you have the power to receive premonitions. The power to receive premonitions. Just then a memory flashes through my head. It was when Haruka fell on Moon Beach. It's true that I did see Haruka fall down before she actually did. I knew it was going to happen in advance. But it couldn't be. Just kidding. There's no way that'd be it. Huh. Well then, isn't it about time you tell me the truth? I told you that. After that, Yuka kept on badgering about it until we entered the shopping district. I didn't have an answer for her. How was I able to do those things? Rice, saffron, and fresh cream. This is everything. Currently, Yuka is checking the contents of a large grocery bag on the ground. Right, Izumi-san's last request was for fresh cream. What type of cafe doesn't stock up on fresh cream? And there's also the pizza from this afternoon. That shop has quite the sloppy business policy. Well then, let's go back. Yeah, everyone's waiting. I cram the groceries onto the bike's basket. Front wheel bends horribly from the weight. I'm now regretting this. What, you may ask? Bringing Yuko along. She doesn't weigh much, but those 22 pounds of rice sure do. My thigh muscles are burning. Is this much pain even normal? Good luck! Yuko calls out from behind me. Jeez. I take my hands off the handlebars for a bit. Just then, the rear wheel slips and collapses from the pressure. Watch the road, I'd hate to see her driving. When she says this, she wraps her arms around my back. I feel two soft objects bulge against me. My whole body burns up with extreme heat. Yeah. Keep it in your pants, Makoto. Alright, it's ready. As Azumi-san says this, she places down many different dishes. I can see just by looking that they're all of superb quality. There's a charming aroma coming from steaming pumpkin soup. The Italian salad is garnished with dressing, and the plates of garlic and olive oil have an amazing smell. There are a wide variety of fish included with the paella, many adorned with the characteristic scent of bouillabaisse. My mouth begins to water like crazy as I breathe in those delicious scents. Let's eat! I instantly begin to stuff my face with the steaming hot pumpkin soup. Ooh, yeah, I bet it burned your tongue off. It feels like I'm going to faint. It's too damn good. There's a world of difference between this and the food that Yuka made for lunch. If you could call that food. The difference between the two is overwhelming. Azumi-san, thank you. This is amazing. I eagerly shout this. So glad you like it. Azumi-san happily watches us eat. With this, even you can't complain, right, Saki? Yuka then speaks to Saki. Well, it's not bad. She says this. As she says this, she eats seconds after seconds enthusiastically. They're not seconds after the first time you go get seconds. They're thirds, they're fourths, and they're fifths. There's a numbered order to all of this. I'm messing with volume in the middle of the thing. I know that's probably not like the way you're supposed to do things, but I'm doing my best to just avoid being too quiet. My worry now is like background noise, because I've been checking volume levels and that seems to be the new thing now, so. Since her pizza never arrived, she might not have eaten any lunch. As Saki is eating heartily, Izumi-san is indeed satisfied. Diagonally from me, Haruka and Kurumi are sitting next to each other. Hey, isn't Oni-chan's cooking the best? The smiling Kurumi asks Haruka this. Just then, Haruka suddenly stops moving. She quietly places the spoon in her right hand on top of the plate. All of us fall silent. What's wrong, Haruka? I ask her this, but Haruka's lips remain firmly shut and don't move. Kurumi observes Haruka's expression with wonder. I'm sorry, she says. She says this in a quiet voice, like a whisper. Are you not feeling well? Okihiko asks us in concern. Yes. Her face certainly looks pretty pale. Now that I think about it, when we got here, it felt like Haruka was acting a little weird. I'm really sorry about this. Haruka leaves her seat as she says this. Are you alright? Worried, Izumi nestles over next to Haruka. Haruka leans on Izumi-san's arm as she is led far away from the table and quietly sits down in the seat at the furthest corner of the counter. Did Kurumi say something wrong? Kurumi's puzzled. Kurumi looks puzzled, as if she doesn't know what to do. Excuse me. Her bright large eyes are so filled with innocence. I thought that was gonna form a sentence. That's not it. It's not your fault, Kurumi-chan. It's not your fault. We returned to sitting around the huge table, fully enjoying our wonderful dinner. Haruka has also calmed down, and is now sitting in her original seat. Izumi-san clears everything away, and we've finished and serves us some after-dinner black tea. Is this enough tea? Is this enough tea? There is no such thing as enough tea. No such thing. Izumi-san makes sure we all have teacups. Just then. Okay, Kodo. I'm really sorry about all the trouble. He says this. It doesn't seem like there's much shyness in the way he said that. By the way, Izumi-san. You said earlier, didn't you? When it's nighttime, this shop is both a restaurant and a bar. What of it? Then could it be that you closed up the shop earlier today for us? Huh? Now that he mentions it, he's right. In the time it took us to eat, there hasn't been a single customer. Then does that mean you reserved the place just for us? Wrong. She's so cheerful about this. She's holding her sides. She's laughing so hard. We've been completely open this whole time. This is normal for the shop. In other words, we're open, but we're not getting any business. That's also a mood. It's like, yeah, we're not getting any business. Like, that's just how things are. You know, people that don't care and people that do. It's like, no, we're not getting any business. Oh, what'll happen if we don't get any business? No. It's fine though. It's night. We don't get any customers even during the day, you know. It's off season. She doesn't look happy to admit it. It's strange that this place doesn't get much business in spite of the great food. That's because almost everyone goes to Sukiya. You can see it from here. It's the huge building. Looking in the direction Kurumi is pointing, we can see a brightly lit white wall structure in the darkness. That's Sukiya Hotel. It's this shop's main competition. May look extravagant, but it's actually an economically priced hotel. On the top floor is a viewpoint restaurant, which is not only cheaper than here, but the view is simply amazing. But it has no dignity. Saki boldly states this. The scenery here is just as good as that place. That place has nothing but gaudy. All they have is what is called affectation. Right. That's very, 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 very true. You have a good eye. She showers Saki with praise. No, it's not like that. No, it's not like I'm defending this shop right there. However, it's obvious she's lying. She dislikes being agreed with, so she's denying it. She's definitely just the kind of person who says the opposite of what she means. Izumi-san smiles cheerfully. Her hands fiddle with the teaspoon. She seems to understand the true meaning behind Saki's words. This face returns. I love all the, like, low quality faces in this game, where the mouth is weird. And I kind of wish I could get rid of the text box. Did I just say that out loud? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna wake up in the morning. And there's gonna be a note on my door. There's gonna be a note on my door about the rainbow text box. And how I have blasphemed against it. But like, you can just sort of tell the shapes used here were very simple. And it's not horrible or anything. This is very passable. Especially like when you're talking about visual novels. Like, one of the most well-known visual novels is Umineko. And if you've seen the original art for that, let me see if I can actually pull it up. Nah, I'll save it for later. I'll save it for later. Just keep going with this. Terumi seems to be the only serious one here. Immediately after hearing that random statement, we all spontaneously burst out loud. Oh, did I forget to say what she said? Oh yeah, they got a heated swimming pool, that's what she said. The water suits her well. Let's sneak in and check it out. Tell the truth, I was the one who said that, as an icebreaker. Nearly everyone agrees, but there's still one person who relentlessly protests. Let's hurry back. Let's go back. Her hesitation is a little surprising. Then again, I'm also surprised that the others agreed to this. I only meant that proposal as a joke. Even so, to think we'd actually be doing this. Somehow it's a lot easier than I thought it'd be. Yuka says this. Although she's whispering, I can tell she's excited. Well, what did I tell you? I respond proudly. This pool doesn't have a fence. Instead, it's just surrounded by hedges. So after we found a gap, it was extremely easy for us to sneak in. Fortunately, there's no one else here except for us. No. Her voice raises as if she just thought of something. I'll go get my swimsuit. What? After all, we broke in here successfully, so it'd be a complete waste if we didn't go swimming. I'll go back to the lodge and get my swimsuit. Tell the others for me. Yuka, wait. She leaves the pool without hearing me. Go back to the lodge. Easier said than done. I think a round trip will take nearly an hour. Does she think we're just going to stay here that long? Not Yuka. She's so selfish sometimes. As I'm thinking, Saki comes over. Suddenly she starts talking to me. It seems that all Japanese hotels are the same. The manager here clearly doesn't understand the beauty of Moon Beach. Saki's eyes are so passionate they're scary. No matter how hard humans try, they can't match up to natural beauty. You think so? Of course. These things are nothing more than crappy recreational facilities. Saki leaves me with these words. I can't really sympathize with her. All I can think about is how romantic this is. Quite uncharacteristic of me. By romantic I mean the pool. The lights at the bottom of it. They make the water look like it's glowing. The scattering bundles of lights that shine onto the sky from the bottom of the pool make it closely resemble the gates to heaven. The tips of the light passing through the water are like a dazzling, expanding country of light. I guess this is nice. Okihiko suddenly appears and says this, but he speaks in a somewhat affected tone. Thanks for that, I am brought back to reality. Now we understand what Kurumi meant? This time she speaks, yeah. I respond to her question with a smile. Wait, where's Haruka? Glancing around, I quickly spot her. She's sitting alone by the poolside, dipping her feet in the water. Every time she moves her slender legs, she creates tiny ripples that spread. The flickering, wavering light reflects and shines on Haruka's entire body. I slowly walk towards her as if I'm being drawn in. I say nothing and silently sit down next to her. With the exception of the sound of splashing water, we are wrapped in stillness. Try and catch Kurumi. Hold on, don't shout. On the opposite side of the pool, the two happy sisters are playing together. As I think, the gentle evening breeze brushes against my skin. It is filled with the scent of spring. And Haruka, her nearly transparent figure, bathed by the pale light, is beautiful. Does it feel good? I ask this as I glance at her tiptoes, soaked in the water. Yes. With that one word, my heart tightens up. Up until now, there has not been a single ounce of warmth in her voice. This might be the first time I've felt something like this from Haruka. I don't know why, but my heart is filled with emotion. When I realize my mind is in a flutter, I turn my gaze across the water surface. The shimmering light stands before my eyes, blurring them. The swaying water makes me dizzy. The country of light. It feels like it could swallow me up at any time. My field of vision slowly begins to grow hazy. A drifting sense of fatigue wraps around my body. My consciousness becomes faint. Just where am I? Suddenly I come to my senses. On the opposite side of the pool, Izumi-san and Kurumi are still playing with each other. Cut it out, I'll get mad. Catch Kurumi if you can. She stands close by the pool's edge, egging on Izumi-san. Izumi-san, trying to catch Kurumi, begins to carefully close the distance between them. Soon enough, Izumi catches her and grabs Kurumi by her sleeve. Just then, at that exact moment, the ground suddenly begins to shake. The calm surface of the water is disturbed by ripples that begin to violently form. The bundle of light shatters into pieces as it scatters out in all directions. By the time I notice it, it's already too late. A giant sheet of water shoots up as Izumi-san falls into the pool. Only Kurumi-san remains on the poolside, looking like she sacrificed Izumi-san to save herself. Is this what you call determination? And if I was a professional, I would have known that line comes up, and I would have played Undertale music. But I am not a professional. Izumi-san's face, sticking out of the pool's surface, has an expression like that of a scared, stiff little kid. Suddenly I come to my senses. On the opposite end of the pool, Izumi-san and Kurumi-san are still playing with each other. What? If you don't cut it out, I'll get mad. Catch Kurumi if you can. Kurumi stands close by the pool's edge, egging on Izumi-san. It's happening again. I understand it now. This is the same thing that happened earlier. It's the same thing that happened when Haruka fell down on Moon Beach. As I'm thinking of all this... Excuse me. Izumi-san carefully begins to close the distance between her and Kurumi. I quickly call out to her. Don't do it! She glances in my direction, however, soon enough, she looks at Kurumi, her legs still in motion. Izumi-san, no! Kurumi, no! I try to raising my voice more, but it doesn't seem like either of them can hear me. This isn't working out. I have to give them a more general warning. That an earthquake's coming, oh no! I try shouting. Hearing my words, Kurumi turns toward me. By taking that chance, I've got you now. Izumi-san finally grabs Kurumi by the sleeve. I already know what's going to happen to them. The ground shakes, and the pool ripples. The lights fly around in random direction. By now it's too late. A giant sheet of water shoots up as Izumi-san falls into the pool. Her face emerges from the pool with a frightened look on it. Absolutely nothing has changed from what I saw. Soon enough, the ground calms down. The surface of the pool is once again still. Izumi-san has climbed out of the pool and is completely soaked from head to toe. The completely dry Kurumi and the utterly soaked Izumi-san. The sisters stare at each other's faces. Suddenly they begin to laugh. Their happy laughter feels like a testament to their relationship. Those two continue to laugh with no signs of stopping. I let out a sigh, face the other side of the pool. If they continue like this, their laughter may reach the sun. Their two voices reverberate off the wall of the hotel, resounding louder and louder. As a result, we soon hear a security guard shouting as loud as thunder. I'll just stop it there.